in the hole.
So now I'll just probably cut the end off. In fact, I could add a little penis to the ocular orbit. Cockeyed. Just a little bit more in the tool. There. Back to the back cave.
Working on something, I don't know, I might be onto something here. EDC or everyday carry, it'll be a topic for a different day because it's kind of like its own community and almost like a cult. I am working on a little pack for all of my accoutrements. It's time to sew this bad boy up. And I didn't really have a good termination spot, so there we go. I finally got it on there. Sorry.
That's the life of an influencer.
Here, and then we'll get it. I'll show you a croissant wrench. Or at least good enough for the girls I go with. If I can get this guy to play nice in the sandbox with everyone. It was in the original design, but there was actually a big cutout. I'm like, I'm fine omitting it. Now I'm thinking, if I can get some reinforcement in here, get some interfacing, you know, with this in here. That way I could just insert a slot, and this guy can belt buckle in and have a nice secure point where it's not going to want to come up out of the pocket. And then this is just fringe. And this guy swings over, we'll cut out for this, as well as the lid. And then I'll have my periphery to be able to attach my lights or my keys. So we'll see what we come up with. That hem tape or whatever, you know, fusible webbing on a piece of duck canvas that has the interface on the other side. My idea was to iron it in this pocket because it's just a piece of duck canvas, the rough edge. I wasn't going to utilize it for hanging or doing anything, but I'm wondering if I can somehow. Don't feel too bad too soon. Let's try it. Oh, I was going on the wrong side of it. That's what I was a little worried about. Oh, let's let that heat sink in. There. Much better. Oh, it's a nice snug fit. I'm in love. Once those seams and the thread kind of relax, that thing will be even more beautiful. And it's not even meant to hold. Like, that's kind of a good little benefit. I just went basically like if you look at this as a parabola, dead center of the parabola, I just sewed just a little past that, just to give it that little advantage to want to stay home with the boys. I put my little doohickey in here. I was gonna put a slot, and I'm like, nah, this is just thin spring steel, so it's like Bruce Springsteen. If I would have stitched this before, I could have thrown a couple stitches in here, even done like a button opening. But I think just to kind of ease up on it, I made this. It's like double thick. I just want to mark where this guy's gonna go in, and then I just want to throw a couple whacks at it. Go down here. I like. Sometimes the pilot light's on, but nobody knows. I'm just trying to cut and not get burned. Oddly enough, in that order. So now that we got our slot having fun, just like you would on grain direction of a tree, you put a little circle at the end. That way, it stops it from splitting, or at least reduces the splitting. We want to reduce the split. Throwing a little doo-jobber in there. A little doo-jobber in there. Look at that. Not even afraid not. Rope walks into a bar. He's like, hey, we don't serve rope around here. He's like, I'm afraid not. Anyways, dad joke's done. How come your dad jokes involve a bar? Wisconsin, it's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. Look at that. 7-Eleven, gotta get in there. Get your slushy. Yeah, oh my God, it does work. And this should be our reinforcer. I thought I was gonna have to put a new plastic piece in here to get this to hang. Love it when a plan comes together. This thing's gonna come together nicely. Now you can make either a slot or cut two or cut one. And I'm just gonna cut the both. And this, hopefully this guy pokey through. So now I was hoping to be able to slide this thing up enough to really get in there. Ooh. That's for when I want to use that, which isn't going to be all that often. But you can still get just about everything. Well, you can get to everything with that on there. Never mind. I guess it'll just stay there. Ta-da. It should be something like that one goes down onto that hole, and this guy onto that one, and then we got that guy into there, so it clicks. Yeah, you have access to like a knife, you know, or a screwdriver, or a pencil, or your key thing. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to show. This guy was a little bit of a pain to kind of slide this guy up, then put this guy back. Okay. Clip went way better than anticipated, so measure it so people would know, because it's not fully finished, of course, with these tangled. I'm just trying to get an approximation for how it would pack. It's like 1.1 inches.
Oh, it's only like 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah, this thing is thin. I'm trying to approximate 1.5 inches. If I don't move it, then we're seeing 1 3/8 tall. 7 inches. Oh, not even quite 7. We'll say 6.5 by 4 3/4. What did welding a old plastic cutting board and some old duck canvas get out off the flashlight? The idea behind the thing was it's an everyday carry, right? We have these two colors. I was like, oh, what do you need, a knife? There's your knife. What do you need, a screwdriver? There's your screwdriver. So if you need the whole pack of stuff, you just take it out like so. I designed it so it fit right in here. You got a little clinker for it. The idea is most of the stuff is pretty accessible. You're just a second or two away from it. But you go to pull the guy out, what do you get? Now you just got rid of your flashlight, and I need somewhere to go with my key. Get rid of my bag, and now you pop your keys on there if you want your keys on there, or your flashlight, your everyday carry. So what am I bringing with me at this point in my life, especially not having access to my shop? Well, let's see here. First off, if you're not carrying around your key, you need a flashlight with you. Well, then just slide this guy out. A couple different ways that guy attach. One little button here just to hold the works together, but then also the tab for the knife holds the lid closed as well. You just go up like that, then you can go doink. And what do we got? Reinforcing for our clip. Reinforcing one. The scissors is just mounted in here with magnets. Tweezers, titanium tweezers. Wanted something nice that was gonna last. They're pretty precise. They're not the best tweezers I've ever used in my life. They're up there. And then this flap flips open, and what do you get? This is all a work in progress. So I haven't even fully sewn up the full dimensions, so I have some of it tucked in. I had it left long. Because it was all about being compact, about having things nested so tightly. In fact, here, we'll get rid of polybutyrate handle. That was the only thing left from being out of this thing. So we'll see how it rolls out. Ta-da! These are just those little fold-up scissors. This isn't a good brand, but it's what I had available at the time. It worked. They're decent. Can't complain. A couple tweezers. And then this is where we kind of get into a little bit of the beginning of the flexibility. Like, yeah, you could have an X-Acto knife, but I have this particular loadout for more of documentation, instrumentation, a pen, and then, on the back has got a pouch. On the back, a little spot for field notes or calipers or possibly verniers. This big paper clip is just cute as hell. Back to the front to the back. First name, last name. Boing. And again, a work in progress. I threw all these stitches on here because I didn't have a thick enough kind of interfacing. I was just in a hurry, and I wanted this tab to be held by tension where it's right underneath female side of the button snap, and then you're able to just ka-doink, and that's where you have a spot for some fire, you know? Yeah, I'm utilizing all the space. I want to get like some sort of little strap holding this one because it nested so nicely and didn't take up any more space. Because even the scissors on the top have to go in a certain spot so that I get the exact dimensions. What would you say? How many weeks has this thing been pretty much done in operation?
3, 4.
It's been a while, and I like it. It's really coming along. I've utilized it in so many different avenues. Now you got your heavier. If you want some adjustable wrench, your croissant. Oh, I could have dropped my croissant. Adjustable plier, also croissant. Oh, by the way, I'll have links to all of this stuff if you guys are interested in the exact whatever's crap is. Then I'll leave a link, and if it's an affiliate link, then I'll leave one of those if I can. Maybe one of these companies will be like, hey, you know, there's a couple things that are really kind of fun. And I mean, this is no paid promotion or anything. Oh, right as I say that, right as I get into this, I won't even say the brand of this guy, but look it's a little ratchet. And the end is kind of unique, right? Why would that? Any Leatherman geeks on the crowd, they would already know. So we'll put that aside temporarily with his extension cut. We gotta get more room going here. I think we did a decent job with this guy. Do we have anything left in there? Anything left in there? Oh, nope, that's it. Oh yeah, that one actually turned out really nice. That was really kind of just a nice little kadunk together real nice. You got your knife, right? But then here you got your screwdriver. What if you need a different kind of knife? I'm hung up on a snarl, a snag, a snaffle. This little box cutter. Normally it's stored in there like so, and you plop it out. You got a box cutter. And I like this kind of box cutter because then you have a straight edge razor or single edge razor. You need, want, desire. It's in your wish list this year. A screwdriver. Like I said, any company, let me know. Some of this stuff is rather neat. Not always the most inexpensive in the world, but really kind of a high value. This screwdriver accepts the Leatherman style flat bits, or the flat hex bit. You can put those in here, and this part is titanium. That'll be important in a second after you see these holes. You got a nice little handy screwdriver. Sit in the hand. I'm talking tubular titanium. I mean, it's not the most ergo thing, you know, it's not winning any kinesiology awards anytime soon, but it also is a T-handle. And this thing really torques. Oh, you need more torque? Slide her down here. Hey, this is kind of neat. And there's just different bits in the side. Stored 5 bits, 2 on each side, 1 in the actual tool. What I like about it is that then you can buy different ratchets. And so now I could essentially have a ratcheting number 2 Phillips. That. Are we down to everything? And I didn't get the best footage of it, but yeah, this blue part in here was an old beat up cutting board, like an HDPE type material. I wanted certain bits of this, at least to have a base to it. This is just interface. Oh no, this actually has the hinge. This is a full plastic in there. So this is all kind of like a live hinge, and these are just up canvas, little leather on the bottom like the former cow. Yeah. And it goes together nicely. So So that's what you get, right? I actually loaded this one different. So you can't really tell, there's not much room to go around, but this one's got a different extension. Massive to load more of bits. So, I mean, you can, like this one, instead of a pen now, I X-Acto knife. Instead of a, notepad, ruler, because maybe this one's more for cutting. So it depends on really what I'm doing. It has a little bit of versatility, even in its compact size, which is one cool point in Uncle Nick's field of fun for me on that one. So the cameraman is giggling right now. I mean, I don't know what else you want to say. Just a nice little EDC. Maybe nobody wants to carry this much stuff. That's why I normally just have a knife in my pocket. But then this is the upgrade to like, this isn't really much bigger than a phone. Oh, you're recording. The way that I've been carrying it most, this wasn't part of the plan, but it just nests in there with really no additional space. This is how I have been carrying it without this on. Relatively flat, got everything I need. And I just normally have my keys with me, or I can eat like that for my keys. Which comes to shove, I guess a magnet on there. So I just didn't like for a compact, I don't know, you got to say.
You did good.
There's the guy kind of all out in the open. And like I said, it's a thing in progress because it's got to get shortened. This can actually go way over here, and a work in progress. It's held up pretty nice yet, by that knife.
This was really well thought out and really well put together.
I'm really happy about it. EDC, everything has its limit. Everything in moderation. I don't want to necessarily call myself a maker, artist, a human, but I like building stuff and tweaking with my hands, especially when I don't have access to my shop and all the other tools. Kind of knew I needed a decent toolkit that's on me, and I can take anywhere. I can't take my shop anywhere. Simple adjustable pliers, adjustable wrench, ratchets, some bits, recutting, cut with the scissors, cut with the knife, cut with the box cutters, couple tweezers. You really do get a fair bit of stuff. Like I always tell my boys, if you're gonna go chop down some wood, spend 45 minutes sharpening the axe. And we definitely did that in this case. This by happenstance pulls out each time. I was debating leafing that like that. I kind of like the idea of a little doodad holding it down a little bit better. There's always room for improvement, right? Kaizen. That's my everyday carry. Is it still going? And if you watch using your mobile phone,